Yeah, so just ban everyone. Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff.
We're back from our 10-minute break
and show you something a little
not
bit
30
different.
minutes.
You know, we put so much detail into
I just looked at the runtime of the video. It's 30 minutes into the 40. We just played almost the whole Starfield direct.
And for this game,
what's up, gamers?
We've done a watch.
It's spreading. It's like a disease.
This is the watch that you actually
finger
get
pointing.
In the game that acts as part of your
Oh god, yeah, this is a oh no.
Hello?
It picked you next.
It connects to your phone to give you notifications.
All right, gamers.
And we've also designed this really cool
we got
case
our
with Eastfun.
Day 5.
We really took as much care.
Day 5.
I literally am so.
No, his name was Day 9.
Totally
Day 10.
to this.
Day 10.
My brain is so broken from this week that I was doing recap stuff or uploading our videos, you know. Again, check out the YouTube to keep up on all the presentations you might have missed. Here's the YouTube link.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there.
What's the full
Even tells the
action?
time.
Anyways, I was typing out the titles and I was typing out day 3 for yesterday's videos for like most of it, and then I said, oh fuck, and I had to go back and like edit like all the names of the
Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship.
Had to go back and edit them all because I fucked up.
Created the first ever
hell yeah
with Xbox.
Yeah, we were getting meal orders in, all kinds of stuff. We're getting ready to wrap up for the day. Yeah, today we had the Xbox showcase. Again, big deal showcase where they had to really showcase. I keep saying showcase. They really had to, deliver on the future of that platform because it's been a weird one. It's been a weird place. Gamers weren't sure, and I think they delivered that, Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna lather Zelda in it. Or lather
I don't know if I like that.
Bro, this is why I'm typing in chat. Focus. I'm having a conversation with chat.
Hey, it's
creating
on
such a vivid image.
It's on the screen. It's right there. People can read it. But yeah, it was a big deal, and while again 2023 is still not the most well, again I say that, but while we watch the Starfield presentation again, I'd be super excited as an Xbox gamer to get my hands on Starfield, which is on Xbox only on the console side. So that is like, if you are an Xbox gamer who's felt burnt by exclusives kind of flopping on that console, you are pretty hype after today, I think, because Starfield does look amazing. The Xbox showcase itself, though, was a lot of 2024, which is exciting because 2024 now looks extremely bright for the Xbox platform. And remember, all of these games, most of them are also coming to PC and also coming to Game Pass on day 1. So, super exciting. It was just a well-paced show, good show. And then we had the PC Gamer show, which, as always, just has fun skits and goofs and gaffs with Day 9 and Frankie Ward. And this year's theme was really good. It was tear down and take down on AI and that whole world, which awkwardly had an AI game placed right in the middle of its showcase. Still, I'm fascinated. I'm like, sometimes you want to know the story of how some of these presentations comes together. Like, I obviously would love to know more about how Devolver puts its shows together. One, I want to hear how that got into this presentation. 2, I want to hear how they reacted to watching this presentation as it went on. Like, they're so excited. The whole team's gathered around the TV, like, oh man, opening. They're like, oh, they're doing AI. That's cool. Maybe they're pro AI. And then just clearly, immediately starts hammering on it, and just their faces like, oh no.
I'm still, I think, on Fern's side on them, where they're probably like, oh, it's not about us. Like, we're different. You know,
well, they do have a PC Gamer article, and yeah, they said they're trying to, they hope to be on the other side of the ethical AI debate.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet.
Anyways,
whether you want to explore,
but beyond that one weird blemish, was a really good show and really fun, really funny, and it had just I don't know. I don't have all this information off the top of my head, but it feels like this PC Gamer Show had the most world premieres out of any of the ones we've seen in past years, which is really exciting. And yeah, I really liked both shows, and I really liked this breakdown on Starfield. So just all around a really solid day, truly. Any overall thoughts from you two on the day?
It was good. It was very good. I enjoyed both. I like that Xbox kind of did, you know, what everyone else didn't do, was give a little bit longer trailers, a little bit more a closer look at a lot of these games, and you know, especially with the Starfield Direct, you know, I'm sure hopefully anyone who had some doubts about Starfield, you know, we're us being so close to release, and it was what, like 2-3 months away now, and showing something like this, it's probably from the gold version of the game, you know, the game that's most likely going to be shipped to people, and it looks like it's running well, it's playing well, it looks fun as hell, and I'm just excited. But the question remains, did Xbox do enough to come back from this past year?
I again, if Starfield hits as it seems like it should, I think that's enough to anchor them until this wave of 2024 games comes out.
Right.
And that's still, it's not as big an if as I thought it was before, because seeing this presentation, like, that if is not nearly as, like I said, not nearly as big an if. Like, I'm way more confident in what they're doing with this game now. Yeah, I think they have a path forward now, where before we did not see a path forward. And I now understand a little bit of the frustration with the PlayStation Showcase, where yes, we saw a lot of interesting looking concepts and games, but you don't really see the path forward there, because a lot of it wasn't gameplay, and a lot of it wasn't, you know, we don't have a lot of dates. It was a lot of 2023, 2024, no time frame, you know. And so, like, the future of PlayStation has some clarity now, but not nearly as much as what Xbox has shown us today. And so, yeah, I think this is just but a great showcase for Xbox. I'm so glad, Glory. Yeah, I was, when you said, I lurked because I wasn't really sure about Starfield. I'm like, Glory, wait, I promise you this is really interesting, this, you know. And like I said, I think they nailed it here with their showcase, and super excited for that. You have any for the whole day?
Yeah, Starfield was a huge highlight for the day. Like, it takes something really hype to make you want to watch 40 minutes about it, and like everything that they showed was like really exciting. Xbox was really good. I feel like for me, the PC show dragged a little bit just because it's not as much stuff that I tend to play.
Right. The more hardcore PC gamer.
Yeah, some of them are pretty intense. And then also, it like had a little bit more of that, you know, the type of trailers and things like that that we sometimes see that don't super explain what the game is.
Yeah.
So it just really like sells you on the concept, and you're like, okay, maybe. But
you don't know.
You just don't know until you go look up like several articles. Yeah. Could be really cool style, and then it's like totally different from the gameplay itself even. Like, they do that sometimes. And I feel like we didn't see a whole lot of that this year during E3.
Like
those types of trailers.
Yeah.
It's been less common.
You see, you at least get a snippet. Like, I love when a game gives you that concept look, but then shows like even like a second of and you go, okay, it's that kind of game.
Yeah. You just really, at least for me, I really need to like understand what the game is before I'm gonna have any excitement about it. So that was a little like downside for me, but it was still a good show, and I liked you know, the diversity of like how they approached showing the content, with like some interviews and some like beefier features and some just like rapid fire snippets.
Yeah, there was that one stretch where
that
like,
one's
whoa.
yeah, overall, good day.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with PC Gaming Show having some drag moments where there were some. Again, we like the diversity of how a game presents itself. But if, say, you know, you get into one of those long interview or developer spotlights and it's not really something you're interested in, you're kind of like, okay, can we get to the next thing? You know, like there was PAX Day, which is like selling a really like intriguing like medieval fantasy MMO experience, but like, if you're not really that into it, like it's a long sequence to watch, you know, and
yeah,
even what it finished with, which obviously has a huge fan base. Dune is picking up. Dune stands are out there, Spice Lords, but to end with like a really long sequence of and not too much gameplay,
yeah,
like it was a choice for sure. But again, there are some people that really get excited about that kind of stuff, and so I have to appreciate the wider spread, right? Like that's, I think sometimes Keeley's shows and some of these bigger shows, like even the Xbox show, try to appeal to such a wide audience that like it feels a little just like like everything's homogenous, like everything's very similar. There's definitely a variety of game styles and genres, so that's cool. This is there's the Force in Starfield.
What's happening?
What's going on there? Okay, anyways, as we finish both our overall recap on the day and the Starfield Direct, funny enough, let's get into our highlights. Who wants to go first? I'll let it. I've been kind of setting the order each time. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Hell yeah, gamer. Where are we going?
Let's go to the Xbox showcase.
Xbox, okay.
And for Miasma Chronicles.
Can you control F, Julie?
I most certainly can. Sort of midway through.
Oh wait, Miasma is in PC Gaming, bro.
Was it PC Gaming?
Oh shit,
me,
yeah, it was.
Me not smart?
Midway through that one.
Might be.
Where's this in comparison?
Near Critical Hidden
No,
Door.
I meant like I ended up on this.
Oh, what is that?
Undead Inc.
Oh, I'm behind it. I'm behind it. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first thing when we saw gameplay, there's like the story looked really, you know, from the cinematic. I was like, oh, it looks kind of interesting. But once we got into the actual look at the gameplay, I was like, oh, this looks like exactly like your XCOM, your Mutant Year Zero. And I said that during the presentation there. And once I started diving in, that's because it is from the team that brought Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. So it looks like it's just a new story, you know, obviously different universe, but about our main protagonist there, Elvis, a young man who's is in the distant future in America, who's left in a mining town as a baby, was left in the care of looks like we probably get to name this character because it's just giving a robotic older brother, you know, a la Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist, a la Dog from, you know, Half-Life, your those types of characters. You just get like a cool little robot companion, you know, that takes care of you. And you're in this world that has been consumed by this thing called the miasma, that's, you know, wreaking havoc, but you are kind of entrusted as a baby with this glove that can control the miasma. So it basically is going to be the story of you trying to uncover the answers of why you were left there as a baby, who you are, you know, journey of self-discovery, and answer these questions and potentially, you know, save humankind. If you don't know these types of games, basically just like real-time exploration, gameplay, tactical combat, turn-based, and very RPG focused. So if you haven't played XCOM, basically you control your or Mutant Year Zero, you control your team, your group there, and you're doing turn-based and kind of stealth and kind of execute these attacks one by one with your enemy, with using like sight lines and stuff, because it's pretty, you know, very super tactical. And if you know these types of games, you'll understand.
Worrying about accuracy and like all this.
Yeah. Like if you're far away, your accuracy is going to be lower. You know, if you have a better sight line, or like if you're behind enemy, you'll get like a like a stealth bonus or like an accuracy bonus because they don't expect you, stuff like that. But what was interesting to me about Mutant Year Zero and about this one as well is that it's usually those types of games, say they're predominantly dominated by like the sci-fi genre. But now something like Mutant Year Zero, there's been a couple other games I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but they explore like these like post-apocalyptic things, which I very much enjoy looking at rather than, you know, sci-fi 90% of the time. But yeah, it looked super interesting to me. A game's probably not for everyone, but for me, this hits right up my alley just because it's one of those types of games where you can jump in, do one encounter that takes maybe 10-15 minutes, and then just jump out. Like it's one of those games it'll take me a long time to beat, but you know, I'll still have fun every time I just pop in for a few minutes or, you know, an hour or two and get there. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the genre, and there's some really interesting stuff that I must have stepped away for a second while this one was playing because I didn't see some of this gameplay. Like, I was really interested in watching this play out. I like the design of Robot Brother, by the way. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty beefy. But this, I guess, yeah, controlling the miasma here and throwing out this tornado that's really cool to like mess with the environment, and lots of interesting little twists on the genre. The powers and the abilities are always really cool, in how these games change the style up a bit, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm interested, and it's coming from a team that, you know, has good background in it, and on top of all of that, the one thing that shocked me is just coming out in 9 days, if not, or this says physical edition. Is there a chance this is out?
This is out, actually. I just looked it up. May 23rd. It came out a few weeks ago.
Well, there you go. See, I keep saying this at the different events. There's a lot of really cool moments of games that you just completely missed, you know, because there's just so many games coming out all the time that get a second shot, right, to show itself off, and either it's already out or it's just its initial reveal didn't hit, whatever it is. Like, it's cool to see stuff like that happen. And so yeah, Miasma Chronicles, go check it out. It's out on PlayStation, Steam, Xbox, and Steam. Physical edition, if that's something you're in for, is coming out in 9 days. Yeah, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go next or me?
I can go.
Do it.
Let's go to Xbox and
this guy.
That guy. That's my brother. To South of Midnight once again. I looked a little more into it because we got this super sort of stylistic trailer and didn't have a ton of details about it, but there's actually a pretty long interview with one of the leads on it, so some more info out there. So this is a game taking place in the American South, and it's sort of exploring, like, it's got these like monsters. The character that we saw here, Hazel is her name, and she's like sort of hunting these monsters or spirits. It's a very like gothic version of the American South, and they mentioned it all takes place like very rural areas, and like it's sort of exploring like the otherworldliness that you can feel in like rural areas and like the real world. And so we saw the cool like magic that she uses that's gonna come up, and it's sort of like threads of the universe based.
So
she uses it for both like sort of combat and like transportation, so I'm curious how that's gonna work. It sounds like it might not even be like super combat heavy, but more like sending the creatures back to like where they came from. There's like tears in the universe itself that let them through, that kind of thing. And yeah, it just seems really interesting. It sounds like they looked into like a bunch of real like folklore from this region. and you know, sort of the oral traditions that pass them down. They like created these like game mechanics based on, you know, what they know about them, like what kinds of things they like the superstitions around them, what kinds of things they avoid, or like what you can do. Like they gave this one example of like you paint your porch roof blue to keep this one spirit away. So, you know, they sort of like reverse engineered these creatures like based on those little like snippets of what is out there about them. So
like urban legends.
Yeah. So overall just sounds super cool and like magical realism.
Like
it's just
stuff like this one shot, you know, it's
so
like
wild.
So cool. Seeing the like chipped away paint and the, you know, carving on the and even like seeing the neck of the guitar and telling that that's not like some heavily refined nice piece of wood, it's just like a log.
Like driftwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy with the guitar, it sounds like is sort of gonna be like a guide, like almost equivalent to like the ferryman type of person, you know, like helping her between the worlds. I hate. Help. Superb drawing. Yeah.
No,
just I'm so excited about this one.
And in that, this actually was weirdly enough as it sells such a cool image that like we almost forget it to a certain extent. This is one of those ones where it wasn't quite sure, like, okay, what's the gameplay, you know? Mm-hmm. And so hearing some of that, but specifically they say this is a third-person game, so it's like a third-person kind of, I assume, like, kind of mildly action. You said not necessarily combat-heavy, but, you know.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, here's what I was thinking when you were saying that. Maybe even more like Horizon-ish, where it is combat-heavy, but there's, like, you're setting traps, you're, like, anticipating the monster, and then, like, kind of guiding them, you know, trying to get them through the tear or whatever. Like that, maybe that's the kind of angle of it. Well, I just noticed the tuning knobs are, like, bones.
Spooky.
Very cool. Yeah, no, obviously such a immediate, I mean, just, again, this is what every frame of painting style, you know, where like I'm just skipping through this trailer and finding these beautiful I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but these beautiful shots, you know, are just so compelling. Great character design. Yeah, that's another reason I love games not just being first person these days, because sometimes you'll see a game that has like such an excellent, cool character design, and then it's first person. You're never looking at your character, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like, I really want, you know, really like this character, really like the world. So being able to be third person is really cool. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I really love this shot here in the beginning. I love when you get that as well. Some first person games are not, you know, cozy for some people motion sickness wise. It's so interesting because I feel like I've actually heard the opposite too, where some people don't vibe with third person. So it's such an interesting, you know, world in that way. But I just like this shot right here where the little raccoons, like, they like post up to listen to the song. They're like, yeah. Pull out our lighters, pull out our trash lighters. No, yeah, really, really excited for this. And, you know, I have really liked the work from the team, Compulsion. But it's always like, oh, this is so cool. The style's so cool. The gameplay has some interesting twists, but there's like that one piece that like doesn't quite make it perfect for me. And I'm excited, like, this already is hitting on so many levels of style and everything else that like that alone is like making me feel confident and like that they've put it all together, you know, this time. And so I'm interested in that way too. You know, Fish, we talked about it a few times already, but any other things you just want to drop on South of Midnight here?
No, I mean, I want to see more of it. I know this is also one of Dev's picks. When we were on our break here, Dev was like, "Oh, that South of Midnight game looking pretty good."
That's right.
And so this new like we've seen a few games that have this like stop motion claymation, almost like, you know, very cool art style. And I'm enjoying it. It looks beautiful, like you're saying. Like all these every frame painting, every still from this game is just wonderful to look at. And
this, when he turns and you see the like edge of his
half a skull
coming out, like, ooh, it's so good. His little smile too. So this did not have even a year, I think, huh? So might be somewhat a ways off, but hopefully not too far because we're all excited for it. South of Midnight, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's go to me. Can you look up my first one, which was my little surprise one? I'm gonna start out the gate with a. You might not expect it. Kind of. No.
Which one?
With M.
It was Starfield.
Oh, okay.
Toward the end, huh? Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a game whose style is okay, I'm almost there. And premise is not quite what you'd expect me to be into, but I think things like the experiences I've had with my pals in games like I went past it somehow. Games like Phasmophobia have changed me. This is Macabre. Again, this is what now? This is like the third or fourth since Not E3 started. Third or fourth extraction game that's kind of caught my eye. I'm joining your forces there, Oscar.
So you gotta come join me.
So Macabre is a multiplayer co-op stealth extraction game. A lot of pulls from single-player survival horror games is what they've got here. You're a group of explorers in this place called the Rift, and you are guided by this interesting strange man who lives out of an RV and has got weird technology, including this device that allows your friends to go into the Rift where there's spooky things happening, get resources, and then teleport back to where the man is. If you die while you're out there, you insta teleport back and you're still alive, don't worry, but you lose everything you had, hence the extraction kind of gameplay setup. The things that's all kind of clear from watching the trailer, right? And so there's some interesting things, but the things that really caught my eye once I started reading more about it were some of its inspirations, some of its design philosophies, and so really excited to hop into some of this. So one, they say it's not really necessarily, while you can get weapons in this game, it's not necessarily a action heavy experience. It's more about outwitting, keeping safe. It's more about, trying to not provoke these enemies. Do you want to hear? Do you want to do the like left and right arrow thing to get some backdrops every once in a while? It's not about that that combat. It's more about like dodging these scary monsters, finding those resources that you need, and trying to get out as soon as possible. The other thing this is the one that made me peek up and go, oh no. The developers said that one of the major inspirations for the monsters in this game and the design behind their AI was Alien Isolation, which is a game where the alien learns your where you like to hide, how you like to interact with them, and adjusts on the fly to fuck with you even further. So having these aliens that are learning from you, these monsters that are learning from you, trying to come at you from a bunch of different ways, changing their strategy, changing how they stalk you. Like, well, we saw too, like they stalk you a little bit, right? Like the way the trailer opened is the characters are all kind of standing around, and one of them turns around and they see just like kind of hiding in the bushes, right? Like they don't necessarily just come at you right away. Just like really interesting and really exciting, but also horrifying, right? Like, one of the things that I think makes, everyone's losing their shit in fear in the chat, but one of the things that makes Phasmophobia less scary is you get used to the routines, the patterns, and you kind of know what to expect. And so like and anytime we hop back in after an update and they've broken those routines is when it's actually scary again, And so like the idea that this is happening in real time as you play over and over again is really interesting. the other thing that I thought was really cool was the way they developed the way they plan to update the game. They said it's going to start with a few chapters, right, of a story where you're going in and doing these runs, but over time, as it you know, has come out and people are buying it, they're hoping that will like help keep funding future chapters to where they can keep expanding this world and just have it be a constant living game where it goes on and on and on. Hopefully it's on the off chance that like it doesn't get the funding marks that they want, right? Like it's enough of an experience on its own at launch, and it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, it's really cool for a bit and then you kind of get sick of it. I have to imagine it would be, right? Because as long as there's like a few of these chapters and a few different locations you can go, they say that each time you go into the rift, it's randomized. Each time you go into the rift, it scales to how many players you have, actually, the size of the rift, and the like aggressiveness or whatever of the monsters kind of scale and changes depending on the player count. So that's really cool. And again, the randomization is really cool. Just hope that, you know, there's enough there that people are intrigued and want to keep hopping in and all that other stuff. But yeah, truly, you know, it may be like I'm sitting here going like, yeah, I wanna play this, but then I'm gonna shit myself. But you know, I really like a lot of what I'm hearing here. Like they talk about having it be immersive horror where it's not a haunted house, it's not a scary asylum, it's just you're out in the woods at times, you know, you're in just familiar looking houses, and then next thing you know, you turn the corner and you got a monster in your face, you know. I really like a lot of that stuff, and you know, it's manifest here. Like I was saying, the Alien Isolation comparison is apt with this little gun that has like that radar that's keeping an eye out for motion detection, and how it's like keeping an eye on the monster. That's, you know, just like that idea of like, oh, I see all my friends on here, look back down, oh, that's a new dot, that's not my friends, you know, that constant tension. And yeah, just love this shot, which is such a horror movie shot, but also, again, as we've played games like Phasmophobia, like such a familiar feeling of like you're outside, someone's in a room, and then suddenly you hear or see something like this, and you go, wait, what the fuck? Wait, are you good? Are you good? You know, and then next thing you know, you're alone in this space, potentially in major danger. Like, really great. We talk a lot about tone setters. This has a really great tone setting right here. Yeah, I don't know. What's the rest of the crew? You are the two that I often play, you know, along with some others, Phasmophobia with. What are you thinking?
It's mixing a few of my favorite genres, so
yeah.
I can't complain at all. I love this horror game. Well, I love horror games in general, but these like type of like find the spooky thing, or, you know, gather resources, and while avoiding the spooky thing, all the way to the extraction part of it. Like, I love it just because it adds some risk, it adds some stakes, you know, which I enjoy. And then, you know, it's 4 players. I'm gonna bring my buds in. You know, we're always gonna have the person who stays back and is like, all right, guys, I see the radar over there. There's 4 of you, and I know there's not 4 of you over there. And you know, it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, they talk about that in their store page actually too. Of do you choose to be like basically a coward and run off on your own because you're saving your skin because you have some resources that you really need to get out, or do you stick with your friend to like make sure they don't die? You know, like that constant back and forth. Are you loyal to your friends or not? You know, and exactly. I'm glad he's shaking his head, because I was gonna hint at I have a feeling I'll need to rely on Julie for for safety, because Oscar would be like, see ya.
Every man for themselves.
I got a cool orb. I'm out of here.
As if I'm not gonna run, bro.
So what's your? I know obviously, like you're an enigma to me, because you both like are so scared, but then you also always want to play things like Phasmophobia and everything else. So I never can quite understand. But what's your? So knowing all that, are you in? Are you out? You're too scared?
I would try it. I think it looks much more horrifying than anything like Phasmophobia. So So I think
outside.
I think it'll be much scarier than anything I usually play, but I will try it because, like you said, like there is something just like really fun and just minorly more approachable to those like routine-based games where it's like once you get the hang of it, you know, it starts to become just like it's fine, and then you see a monster and you go ah! And then you have a little jump scare, and then you go back to what you were doing. And like, if you live through it, you're like, it's all good. You know, you just kind of get used to that cycle. So
I'd be curious to see if like, can you pick your friends up and then, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that kind of gameplay style. Can you save people? Or are they fucked if they get got? You know, be curious.
Can I smaunch the alien or ghost or?
Here's the exciting thing at the end of the trailer. Demo dropping soon. I hope it's a multiplayer demo. That'd be great to
fantastic.
be able to get that experience and sense of like what it's like, because something like this, you know, again, we were talking about this earlier with like Game Pass and everything else. Like Game Pass is great because you don't have to put the weight of, hey, you want to try this game with me? It's $30. You got to buy it, but I really like it. And you might not end up liking it, but hey, it's $30. So cool to have a demo for something like this. If it's single player only, that's fine. But yeah, excited for that. Really cool. All right, back to the fish.
Let's head on over to Shadow Gambit.
Help me, guide me.
Guide me.
Like the man by the caravan. Guide me to the game.
Shadow Gambit is in PC. Near Chimera.
Oh. No, wait, I'm lost. I'm lost,
No,
bro.
you're Nate.
Okay, I found myself at Hidden Door. It's after Hidden Door.
Yeah.
Invincible. Couple more. I'm at Pathfinder, Parcel Corps, 30XX.
3 more.
Chimera. I found it.
Nice. So this is the pirate game that we saw. It is a stealth strategy game where you are, let me see the main character's name real quick. You are the cursed pirate Afia, AFIA, on a quest to stop the Inquisition, the Inquisitors, from getting this magical treasure. Let me see, 1 second. There it is. Embrace magical powers and defy the menacing army of the Inquisition, who stands between you and the mysterious treasure of the legendary Captain Mordecai. So this is again another isometric strategy game. I'm on a pattern here from Miasma Chronicles, but this is now a heist one. Oh, one little donkey. You were doing a heist in these missions to get these treasures, to get these artifacts and stuff, as they basically to put it in just an example here, you're doing these heists to get stuff like a cannon that can shoot your crewmates onto an island to give you like better, you know, overwatch positions, or Mr. Mercury's soul anchor that'll open a magic portal for you to travel through different places, or a sword that lets you, you know, cut open a tear in space-time to be able to teleport behind an enemy. You know, just all these like fun little powers you get from these like artifacts and these things from pirates of past ages, and you know, those sorts of things, as well as assembling your own crew. And every single crewmate that you recruit has different powers and personalities and stuff, just so you can have your own special little crew that go, I like these guys the best. You can have up to 8 people in your little pirate crew, as well as also basically base building your ship, because your ship is your home. Cool. Everything in there is going to be, you know, customizable to whatever you want to do. And as well as this was a something I very much enjoyed. It is a lost art form that we do not have anymore in PC gaming. Nate's going to be no, Nate's going to be nostalgic of this as well. is they've included this as a gameplay mechanic, is setting these basically points in your gameplay to be able to like experiment with. Like, well, this area I want to test out, going all guns blazing over here. Oh, it didn't work. I can just boop, rewind all the way back to that certain point. It's like, oh, no, never mind. I want to try stealth. All right, boop. Oh, didn't work. Boop. And or want to do mix of the two and just have it play out. Yeah, in game. Yeah, exactly. It's like reminiscent of old PC game where you just like F5. Oh, that didn't work. F7 or F9, and it's basically just reload back to where you were, which is exciting that they include as a gameplay mechanic, because save scumming, as it implies, people will be like, oh, that's, you know, scummy. Don't do that. Just play the game, and however it played out is how it played out. But everyone did it. So having it included as a gameplay mechanic is pretty interesting. As for the actual gameplay and like fighting enemies and doing these heists, it looks like it's a very much a mix of your going turn by turn, but also you can have like real-time execution of everything all at once. So like if you're like, oh, I need to take out this guy, and this guy at the same time, you can have it all happen just at once, like you would, you know, not say real life, but you know, like you would, you know, in these sorts of situations. So it's going to be super exciting. It looks like there's a lot of different settings, locales. Yeah, I'm excited because I love pirates. I love strategy. And I love this little ragtag group of ghost pirates that we can have. Yeah, pirate.
Arg.
Yeah, no, okay, so now that explains it. This sequence here you watch, like these like 4 guys get killed all at once. Oh, and it's like different parts of your crew. I see.
Yeah. I
see. That's cool. So yeah, like the idea of like executing like a really, you know, a wide array of moves all at once is really fun. Oh yeah, you see the time stopping there probably to set your moves. Yeah, I'm excited by this. It's easy to just do the, you know, there's that tweet of like, oh my god, I want fries now. Do that that thing like, oh, guy who only watched Boss Baby, this is giving me Boss Baby vibes, but the aesthetic genuinely reminds me of Sea of Thieves. Like it's like a little less stylized, but it has like those color tones. It has like kind of that that lightly cartoony, but not all the way. Like that style, and yeah, like I didn't know stuff like the home customization of your boat, you know, the customization of your crew, like being able to pick your crew and set them all up. Yeah, really like the vibes of this, and you know, I'm right there with you with the tactical kind of strategy games, and this one seems a little more approachable in a way than like even that last one, just because of its style, and again, that kind of like you set up the moves and execute them, and like with having that save point, like save, like, okay, let's got a complicated move set, let's go, and then like in the first move someone blows up and kills this guy, and you're like, oh fuck, okay, let's roll it back, you know. It's pretty cool. Anything again, probably not quite your style.
Seems cool for y'all.
Like something
like, that's nice.
Something you might at least see one of us play and be like, that's a neat little thing you just did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
We won't go over it again, but before we go on to your next one, I just need to say out loud. Sea of Thieves. Monkey Island.
Monkey.
So true.
Catch us July 20th on the open shores. Fighting off LeChuck.
Hanging out with Guybrush in 3D, in person, first person.
Some grog together, bro.
I'm just gonna like, even though it's not VR, I'm gonna play in VR so I can feel like I'm hanging out in the room with him. I go, hi Guybrush, we're friends, right? You know?
That's so sad.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I'll keep it in the family for my next one.
Oh, it's close by too, right?
Let me find out.
I think it was just like a little bit before this.
Yeah. It's up here.
I got it.
So
a world premiere.
Ooh. For my next one, keeping it on the piratey island life, going to.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, where'd you go?
I thought you were going to this one.
No, the one that I'm on. And
Spoilers.
The one that's in the family.
Spoilers.
This guy.
Spoilers to Julie's next game.
We didn't freaking produce this show well.
Which one? Where is it?
I showed it to you.
It's way up there. You said.
I said
That's
it's
why I was
up here.
confused. Where's Hidden Door compared? Oh, it's right before.
This man ain't listening. Critter Cove.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Get out of here, Frank AI.
So, Critter Cove is an open world RPG. It's like an open world RPG Animal Crossing, where it looks like you sort of wake up on an island, or you're here stranded on this island, and you're starting out like by yourself. You're eventually building up like a society. You can travel to multiple different islands, and you'll like meet different people, these like anthropomorphic animals. You'll go and meet them sort of a la New Horizon, and you can invite them back to your island. What's cool about it though is that you can then like appoint them to work at a shop or something that you've built. Like they can run a restaurant. So it's more like they're actually immersed in
That's cool.
the society.
So I was just reading something. I'll let you continue, but I was just reading something.
it.
You're not stranded on this island, or
not.
you are stranded, but you're not the only one. It says in here there is a fucking Tom Nook.
Oh, that's right.
There's
Yeah.
a little rat, an opportunistic rat. There he is, who gives you the deed to a house, and then of course
Right.
you've got to pay it back, or pay it back in some way. I mean, maybe by being the town's builder. You know that more than does it, but.
Yeah, just going full architect on this island, like building up all these different businesses and stuff. It just looks like, sort of what I loved about something like New Horizons, which I have very much fallen off on playing. Yeah, my time at Porsche, stuff like that too. I played the hell out of that. And yeah, so just, looks like a little bit more of even a more immersive and like community building type of Animal Crossing. Yeah, there was this hint at like underground stuff. I don't know if that's gonna be like related, or if it's just to show that it's like post-apocalyptic. But yeah.
I wonder if this is a hint as to like a gameplay system or gameplay mechanic where, Arlo the cat, who you see in the very, very beginning, is someone you invite back to your place. You assign him to this bar, and then he gives you this gear, which you seemingly use to unlock fishing, or at least, modify your fishing. So I'm curious if that's kind of the progression system as you go of like, bring someone back, get them in a job, and then they'll give you something to unlock a whole new wing of the gameplay, would be interesting.
Oh, this is funny. I was just reading a little more, and it says like, there will be sort of like right people for the jobs, like people who have actually the skill in what you're appointing them to, but you can also like just appoint someone that would be bad at that job, and then it's just funny.
Yeah, it's said specifically there's some fun humorous results, so like something funny will happen if you put the wrong people in the wrong jobs.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's clearly some underwater exploration, as you see here.
Yeah, there's some scuba diving.
I can't wait to selectively choose who gets to be on my island.
I know, we'll be like, no, not you ugly.
I wonder if you
go back to that.
It would be funny if, and like, it'd be funny if that was like in the game. Like, there's some manifestation of that in game where like the character reacts or becomes like mean towards you, or.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't like cats on your island? You don't allow cats there?
I don't want Potato Bandit Cat on my island, no. Yeah. Looking really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, they're heading towards, I don't think this was in the trailer, a early access launch in October.
Nice.
So, perfect timing for you.
Yep. I'm ready.
Critter Cove. Yeah, I'm curious how far the I got Cat. I woke Cat back up. They call it a salvaging game, right? Of like, I'm curious how far that goes with being able to like make these tools, and like if it's just rigid crafting recipes where it's like, you know, you just need 5 junk and whatever, you know, or if it's like, can I really get in nitty gritty? Because like the way they made it seem with the bathtub, right? Like was like, you know, these clear things that they found out in the world put in there. Yeah. Critter Cove looks really cool. It looks really cute. Into it. Fish.
I agree. This was on my list before.
Yeah.
You know, when we were discussing, just because you know, I love me New Horizons, I love me farming, I love me salvaging, I love pirates, you know, pirating ocean, and just looking like a fun time. And I do be selectively choosing who gets to be on my island, New Horizons. I'm like, you're stinky, you're ugly, get off. And I'm excited to do this, especially. It looks like it's single player, but
yeah, which is fine. As I've been talking to, you know, obviously we have our friend group here where we love playing farming sims together. But as I keep saying, you know, like what was it that we were just saying earlier today with Return to Moria and something else coming out? It was Starfield.
Yeah.
And we were like, Return to Moria and Starfield are going to come out at the same time. Like, what are we going to do? And they're like, no, it's perfect. Because we always are like waiting for one person to be available or whatever. So when that person's not available, we're all just playing Starfield simultaneously and hanging out. And then once they're available, okay, hop out, play some Mines of Moria. It's easy. And then as soon as they're gone, back into Starfield.
The dream.
Yeah. Critter Cove looking cool. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to have single player farming sims now and again, because I do think it feels that you feel that pressure of like, well, I can't play this because you know, it's multiplayer and we're all playing together, and to have ones that are just for you, just for you.
Agree.
It's nice. All right, I guess it's me next. Can you tell me where this one is?
Yeah.
My next one is a little more of an obvious Nate one. I feel like it feels like an obvious kind of pick from me, but there's some stuff that I found out that is really interesting, really different. And then in comparison to this, is it like a little bit
like a dozen games forward?
The game I have, I know how to hone in on this, I think, because that Stormgate segment was pretty long, right?
Yeah, it was.
There's Stormgate.
Someone might say a little bit too long.
Again, though, you know, there's the one RTS fan that's been waiting to see gameplay, because that was one that didn't have gameplay yet. They're popping off for it. But my game, though, is not Stormgate. It is Fortune's Run. Fortune's Run, they introduced it as like you know, grimy Deus Ex fisticuffs with a little bit of Star Wars, and I was like, sign me up, baby. And so in Fortune's Run, it all takes place in this just again grimy dystopia where food is free yet people starve all the time, huh? Disgusting. I'm trying to find the main character's name here that I don't have off the top of my head. No, maybe it's not out there, because yeah, none of these articles are saying anything about it. But your character is clearly a outlaw of some sort here in this opening sequence of the trailer, singing a song while people realize, wait a second, you're an outlaw, and then you murder the hell out of them. Has a really interesting acrobatic mix of like shooter and melee gameplay as you fight off these dudes. There's a really interesting yeah, they say there's a deep melee system, which you don't often see in FPS games. Often it's just, you know, there's maybe a lot of melee weapons, but the actual system is just swing away. You know, it's all about that popping around, jumping around. There's a parry system. They compare it obviously to you know, ears might perk up here. there's a From Software-esque stance system where while you're in combat, you're having to like kind of pick your stances here, and again, parries are a big thing in this, where you can stagger these guys, and already just envisioning in my head the perfect, you know, perfect parry. They stagger, you pull out your laser pistol and blast them, you know, like some really fun you know, pawn shop first moments happening. Yeah, there's a full on, yeah, they said the biggest thing, that's what it is. Okay, it's not a stance system, it's that there's the dual wield system where you have your main weapon, but then you may have like, again, like you might have that pistol on your hip, so you got your sword, you're getting in there, you parry, and then you can just quickly shoot out, you know, kind of, that's kind of reminiscent of Bloodborne, right, Fish? I know you're chomping down, but you know, having that like slash into a quick shot with your like kind of pistol thing, you know. And so like just hearing like the comparisons to From Software in this, which at first kind of gave you know, Doom / Deus Ex, as they said, is really interesting, and it doesn't feel, as much as it is really fast and, you know, a little intimidating, it doesn't feel overly like impossible to get in here and play. And you know, I love me some weird stuff, right? And one of the things in the article for the demo, because there's a new demo, is they talk about and emphasize the new basketball minigame in this demo, where there's a full physics simulated basketball court, and there's and here's the exact quote from the article, which I love, where you play against this you can play against this NPC, and he's a baller, and the writer said, he had me like, Mom, can you pick me up? I just went 11-0 against a frogman. And the developer said, yeah, he's been practicing for a year. So just like some fun quirkiness and silliness to what is super high octane like combat that's, again, From Software inspired, Deus Ex inspired. You know, I love me some fast moving first person games. Neon White was one of our Game of the Year nominees. Just really intriguing. The style alone is really cool, and yeah, all the stuff they're talking about in the gameplay, little sneaky little details are really interesting. They even said there's going to be a Dark Soul style message system where you can leave messages for each other in the world, and it shows up as graffiti. So it's just, like, you know what I mean? Like, just little things that are really well done, really within the style of its world. You know, it's not just forcing in gameplay mechanics and style, like elements from other things. Yeah, I'm super into it. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. I'm now going over to their website, and it's like all presented as a 90s. This is sick. It's all presented like a 90s gaming magazine where you flip through it and there's like GIFs on every page, links, details. Yeah, truly into this. And the final page of this magazine, and this is what my final word from me is, it says, Mozak, so that's the main character, Mozak's about to make Daikatana her bitch. If you remember that iconic Daikatana advertisement, there was a game that legitimately said like Daikatana's gonna make John Romero, or something about making someone a bitch. And yeah, love that. Love everything about what Fortune's Run is doing here. If I have the time and the ability, this is the game that I'm probably gonna try to hop into the demo of post stream here, because super interesting. Yeah, either of you have anything? I'm curious if you have even more interest in it now, Fish, hearing some of those extra details.
Oh yeah, I mean, just seeing it the first time, I was already interested in, you know, I love me some fast-paced FPS action, especially with this sort of like melee system you were just talking about earlier. Just because it lends itself to, you know, be a lot more fluid, a lot more dynamic in terms of, you know, what you're able to do and what you know, because someone may just only want to be shooting stuff, some may want to just be stabby, and some, you know, are going to be a master of both. And it's just exciting. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be probably funny as well.
What I really love is with all those fast-paced movement and variety of styles and variety of things, it seems like it's going to be one of those games where you're full on improvising all the time, right? You're like, you see shown here, you can like throw the melee weapons, it seems like. So like you're literally in this like hardcore fight with this enemy. You've been going back and forth for like an hour, and you're just like running out of bullets. You're just throwing shit. You're grabbing something off the ground and launching that, you know, like it's just really cool. Anything from you?
Yeah.
Again, not quite your style. Understandable.
It looks like a you game for sure, though.
Yeah, I'm in.
That's a Nate ass game if I ever seen one.
Alrighty, back to Fish for the final of our Spotlight series. Started out.
Yeah. I think you know where we're going with this. There's only one option left.
Hold on, I wasn't looking. Yes, and that is just a little
BloomTown, a different story. So BloomTown is marketed as a narrative JRPG, mixing turn-based combat, monster taming, and social RPG. Set in a seemingly pleasant 1960s Americana.
It's so hard to find games in here. Don't yell at me, anybody. I found it. I know.
Yeah, you're in it. That's right there.
I was getting to the end.
All right.
So we're going to be joining Emily and her group of friends that include, seems like her brother Chester, who are sent away on a summer holiday to their grandpa's cozy and quiet town. But it may be too quiet as they see children start to disappear and their nightmares are getting more and more real. So our job is to find out what's going on, save the kids, and save the town. But yeah, so we've come to find out that there is a kind of demon world growing underneath the city, and those demons are coming from, where is it? I just read it earlier. Coming from the vices and demons of the people of the town itself. That's a fun little twist there. We're gonna be seeing like, you know, themed little enemies and demons there that are gonna come from the town. Yeah, so it looks like it's got everything from turn-based combat to monster tamings. We're gonna be going down into the demon world and taming these demons to fight for us.
Persona.
Yeah, Persona. And as you can see from some of the gameplay, where are we in the museum right now? But some of the gameplay that we saw there, we have a group of people with us, as well as this little buff dog. I don't know if he has a name yet, but so everyone has, they have like these synergies, I guess. They bring out their own character abilities with that, you know, work with each other as well. As well as outside in the human world. Not only are you solving this mystery, but you also have to survive. You know, you're not just existing to fight demons. You can go to the gym to level up yourself, make pocket money by working at the grocery store, make friends to use their resources as your own, or just garden. You can there's a full-on gardening mechanic in the game where you can just hang out and build a greenhouse and just hang out. Yeah, you can see right there. So you can decide what is most useful to you in the story here of finding out what's going on. It looks very fun, looks very interesting because we're all very used to the farming sims. We're all very used to the horror games, but mixing kind of these two together into having your farming and then going, when night falls and you're like, oh, I gotta go fight demons now. Kind of that kind of mix up of gameplay is going to be super fun. Looks like it is going to be single player, which is fine. It's a narrative JRPG, so it's going to be lots of fun. Little visuals are all nice there with the giant heads underneath the bridge there that we just saw.
Yeah. That kick.
Yeah, look. Yeah, the kick.
Love the kick.
Gonna be great. But yeah, I'm excited for this coming out. It looks like we don't have a date yet, but I will be keeping my eye on this.
Coming soon.
That's what it says on Steam. Coming soon.
I like hearing soon. Oh, they have an ESRB rating. So that feels like,
That's gotta be soon.
That's gotta be soon.
It says soon.
It says soon.
Yeah. One of the things I saw on this thing that Julie found that really was intriguing was as you said, when night falls, things change. They say that the time is constantly moving. It's continuous.
Yeah.
There's no, you can't stop the clock, and so like you can run around doing tasks around town, but then before you know it, night might fall, and I think that's why you see in some of the shots here, like, you know, suddenly the character is kind of like dealing with, you know, having to run away from, you know, some of these shadowy monsters, you know. So that's really interesting, and yeah, I jokingly said Persona, but knowing like that time of day thing, knowing it's people it's stuff born out of people's vices, like that's very Persona as well. That idea of like, you know, the demon form of someone running rampant in the, you know, shadow world that you go to, and you have to kind of stop them. Yeah,
Love
really, really interested. The gameplay looks like the actual like RPG combat looks really good. I love this dog, this fucking buff dog. Yeah, I'm on board. I was even curious about, like, you know, you see this giant robo dino man, like it feels like born out of the, you know, if the monster's born out of the vices, also it's like the imagination of these like kids and goofs, you know.
Goofs.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this game come together and get out there for folks, because I'm excited to hop in. I'll tell you that much.
Hot take. Video games are kind of good.
Video games? Good, kind of. Just saying. Got anything on this one?
No, I think you covered everything, but I'm super excited. I already thought it looked really cool, and just hearing everything you dug up and that whole Stranger Things, like, underworld, and then also it being like actually reflective of the town. I love that. I think that's super cool.
BloomTown, yeah, that was one of those. There's a lot of it this week. Some of those games that just come out and you come up and you're like, what the hell? Where did you come from, my guy? Talk to me, baby. Yeah, excited to see that from, it seems like a few different teams. Different Sense, Twin Sales, I believe, probably publishing, and Lazy Bear Games. Give to me. Give to me. Alrighty. Now we go to Julie's super secret.
To me.
I wonder what Julie's last game is gonna be. Man, I can't wait to find out. What's it gonna be?
It's
chat?
Starfield.
Did anyone have any guesses? Like, truly, I don't know what it could be. Is my bit working?
Parcel Corps.
Did my bit work? Where is
No.
it? I don't know where it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard, okay.
I had this up for you.
Well, I was trying to look at it and you took it away, man.
I thought you were on your way there, gamer. Yeah.
No.
You're way off.
Well, you can see the same thing I can see, bro. I'm back here. Where's this? Oh my gosh. Tell me I'm off. I'm way off.
It's on a different day.
I'm close.
He's close.
I don't want to know that.
Out of context, this is not good.
Parcel Corps. So this is the one we saw that's like a bicycle courier adventure. You're like working in the gig economy.
Flash.
Yeah.
Inquisitive. My name is
it had a really fun,
like
cheeky
you see,
intro here with this like office and the whole like commentary on the gig economy, and
such as yourself.
It definitely, you know, seems like it's wanting to be very biting of that and like anti-capitalist and stuff.
That's right. Escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex.
It sounds like you'll be choosing between one of three like corporations that are like hosting these bike couriers. and you'll be going off delivering things on your bike. There's like a CEO who wants the polar ice caps to melt because to avenge his father who was killed in like the polar bear enclosure at the zoo.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the kind of like humor that we're working with here.
That's like pure finding out Cruella de Vil hates Dalmatians because her parents were killed by Dalmatians.
Whack. Yeah, so that's the sort of like vibe and the personality of it, which I love. You'll be delivering packages. It sounds like they're not.
It's a good screen to pause on while you talk.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like there'll be, you know, stuff like you can ride along the sides of the walls and do like these sort of acrobatic tricks, but it's not meant to be like super challenging in the actual like bicycling part of it.
So it's like I'm also keeping on an eye on it as you go too. Like it's like you intend for something to happen. You go, I'm gonna jump at this wall and I want to ride it, and it just happens. It's not like you have to like you know like hit 10 button combinations. It seems like it's like just go.
Like that. Okay, so that's where we see this like little shot of like the drama with the police come in. The police are in the CEO's pocket. That's why. So you're gonna start to get like harassed by the police and like have all of these like conflicts around town, and you're just trying to like do your job and live, literally. I don't know if you've played any of these. They compare it to like Crazy Taxi a couple times.
I was literally about to say it sounds like Crazy Taxi, where you're just having to get across this map as fast as can to like make deliveries. In Crazy Taxi, it's, you know, drive people around, but then all these like chaotic things are happening around you that are getting in the way. But if anything, this is even more exciting because of like the functionality and capability of being a biker and like getting up into areas, hopping up on walls, you know, like it seems like a more engaging transportation device. Traversal is where transportation.
That's how I get around.
Parcel Corps.
Yeah.
That's all you got?
That's pretty
for
much
your
all
love of this game.
Love to try and deliver things on time. Love to ride around a town with a really over-the-top wacky villain.
Yeah, if there's any like one that you just want to watch like the actual presentation of from this showcase of even the ones we're talking about, this is definitely one of those, just for the actual like pacing and humor of it. Like the mention of the gig economy, like you want to join that, where you know there's none of the rights and you know worker protection and you know all that other dumb jobs have. So it's clearly just having a lot of fun with it, little dystopian satire. Hopefully, you know, you get to overthrow the evil in the end. It looks like they're having lots of fun with parody products. You got N and N's.
I'm loving looking at them.
Lots of stuff out there.
There was one billboard that just said "Nacho Cheese Blast."
Hell
That's
yeah.
all I need.
Parcel Corps. You know, if it doesn't have it here. Was there anything about release or any demo? Anything? Or is it just one of those wait and see?
I don't think there was anything in this article about it.
Well,
yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye out.
I just saw what the name of the villain is.
What? Did
go
I
up,
miss it?
go up. It's in the subhead.
Antagonist Rich Villainy.
Beautiful. And all right, to wrap it up for me, my last game. Oh, I guess Fish, did you have anything on that one?
No, I mean, it was on my list too. I love me some delivering. One of my favorite types of genres, because I love, you know, just zooming and making people happy. Did it IRL. Love doing it in video games.
I was gonna say I didn't know if you wanted to say, but yeah, legitimately a logistics professional.
Yeah. So I just been, you know, just loving the Parcel Corps. That's my new like look.
Parcel
my new theme.
Corps.
Yeah, I got Parcel Corps.
Yeah, I
just with cardboard.
I dressed in Parcel Corps, to be honest. They had a pre-show. So the two of them sitting at computers, like the little setup they did before they switched to the AI setup. They did have, but it looks like it was like Punch Club and some stuff we already knew about. All right, for my final game, I'm going back to a game towards the beginning of the show that I just like didn't want to get missed. It was something we called out at the time, but it's truly a really, really cool concept and design, and just everything else is just really interesting about this. And that is Ebeneezer and the Invisible World. Bah humbug, baby. Get me in here to have some fun. It is a Metroidvania with a really cool hand-drawn style. As the PC Gamer article says, you play as a yossified Ebeneezer Scrooge. He does look kind of hot, to be honest.
He does. He's looking good.
But the style here is actually born out of, and like the gameplay gimmick is born out of a line from the original Christmas Carol that says something to the effect of the city streets are rife with the ghosts of citizens who, you know, feel like they you know, want to help others but can't quite do it. And so that's where the, you know, obviously the story's got the Ghost Christmas Past, Ghost Christmas Present, Ghost Future, but the world that the original story sets up actually, you know, hints at there being more ghosts in this world, and so the game taps into that by having Ebeneezer team up with a few of these ghosts to do certain abilities and moves. You see there, we saw the kid doing a little kind of downward bounce thing that I thought was very fun, that it reminded me of DuckTales, you know, Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck's little bounce, and Ebeneezer Scrooge, obviously. Fun concept there, and yeah, just the style leaning heavily into the Christmas aesthetic here, where you even see like the consumables that you can order are mashed potatoes, plum pudding, turkey, red, like full on a Christmas game. We were talking about this earlier this week. I forget which game it was. It was Lake Season's Greetings, where there's some games that are fun to play around the holidays, but not a lot that are actually built for the holidays. And so this is really intriguing in that way. God, they left the debug menu on. They got $1 million. That'd be fun if you actually start with that, because
you're rich.
But yeah, you're Scrooge, and you're fighting back against the industrialist Caspar Malthus, and you're just trying to stop him from taking over the world with his greed. So this is a follow-up. Is this
this is post Christmas story?
He's a good lad now. He's learned against his ways, and he's ready to help the world. Yeah, I just really think this is a really great idea, really great theming, really great art style, and excited to see how they turn this entire world into a Metroidvania. They reference classic Disney and movies like Treasure Planet and Anastasia as their aesthetic inspiration. So like, so much about this just really hitting for me, honestly.
Hitting.
They really the developers could refer to this Ebeneezer as Yas Ebeneezer. So that is their internal name for this beautiful man. Yeah, I there's not a lot to say, but like not much else to say, because on top of that, I think they say it at the end of the trailer, actually. And if they don't, it's fine. There's a demo live right now, so you can hop in here and check this game out. It's coming to literally everything. And I'm just...
By TI-83?
Yes. Update it right now.
Oh my god, I'll be back, guys.
But yeah, I'm just super excited for, again, as they set this up, right? Like the idea of taking really interesting classic stories. Obviously, earlier this week, there was lots of talk about Lies of P, the Bloodborne like action game, and now we got Ebeneezer coming up. I love seeing twists on classic tales. There's obviously in the world of literature there was like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and stuff like that. Just mixing up these classic tales is just super fun. And yeah, I love me a Metroidvania. Give me a world map to unlock slowly, and I'm there. So using
Nathan really do be on those collectathons.
I do want those points. I want those. I want 100%. I love completing these kinds of games and seeing all the numbers tick up. You know what I mean? You too? Anything on Ebeneezer before we say goodbye to the gamers in the world?
No, I mean, also had some on my list. Like most of the games we all had that were on my list.
We had a consensus today.
Yeah. Just because I love Metroidvania. I love, putting a fun new twist on something very classic. Love a yassified Ebeneezer. Yeah, it just looks like a fun time. It looks very, very, very reminiscent of Symphony of the Night, which is one of the goats with the mist could pass, but its ghost could pass. Yeah, it looks like a fun time, fun bosses, fun fighting. And yeah, I'm excited I might be checking this demo out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yas, Scrooge. I want to kiss you.
Can we smaunch Scrooge?
Can we smaunch Scrooge?
But you are Scrooge.
Can I smaunch myself?
Yeah, you don't like to smaunch yourself?
Sometimes it's good to date yourself, you know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, gamers. What a day. Jesus, this was a lengthy one.
Yeah, buddy.
We are stacking up the hours of work that we're doing here at VGG, both on stream and in writing. But it was another good ass day. It was another jam-packed, exciting day full of really I genuinely cannot stop thinking of Starfield.
Yeah.
My brain is just constantly spinning back to Starfield, thinking about, wow, that game looked really cool, actually.
Oh, glory.
That
treat time.
We will wrap up with a treat time, and I think we actually have some raid potential today, but tomorrow, it's been a long week. It's been a wild time, but tomorrow it all comes to an end. There's actually a lot more events happening after this week, but, it's more spread out. It's not this compact 6 days of chaos, right? So for future showcases, beyond the ones I'm about to tell you about, check out the Discord. I'm thinking of starting to stream some of them just on a Discord stage where we can have the same experience we've had here, where we're all just watching the same feed and we can just chat along with it, say, oh, that looks cool, that game's really interesting, and just have some fun there. So if you want to join the Discord to do that, keep an eye out. Again, there's a lot of really interesting ones. May or may not bring the full stream back for the Annapurna one at the end of the month.
Yeah.
If not, definitely one we'll be watching eagerly on the Discord. So yeah, do that if you like. But tomorrow it all ends with tomorrow's gonna be weird. You're gonna get 3 stream notifications because there's just too long of a gap in between certain shows, and we're not gonna sit here for hours waiting for the next one to pop up. But at 10 a.m. the Ubisoft Forward is here. Gameplay of hopefully gay Star Wars game, Avatar, probably Skull and Bones, maybe a trailer for Just Dance. Who knows? Just Dance. Can we give like a shout out to Just Dance for persevering over the fucking years? It's been on like everything for the last like decade, and good on them. There you go. Glory is in, bro. So 10 a.m. we might get a look at the future of Just Dance. You know what I mean?
It's all I've ever wanted.
We buy them every year.
Hell yeah.
A fun time.
I know, honestly, they really are fun, man. Like, I finally bought one like a couple years back, and like just watching it, like I don't necessarily want to even hop up and play, but like just watching like the
that's an Annabelle ass game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a Mom Toy got the fun on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just sitting back and watching the like cool weird design of like the worlds they've made for the each song is really cool. and maybe some surprises. But it's gonna be. I think this could be a banger of a Ubisoft show, because the Star Wars game really looked interesting. So seeing a lot of gameplay of that would be cool. And the Avatar game was already weirdly compelling, and they almost certainly have to show gameplay of that. Like, it's not the kind of game that people can just sit and wait for and be like, oh,
what that's called? What is it? Avatar Frontiers?
Frontiers of Pandora or something like that.
You want to know something funny? I just was looking at their site earlier for information.
Yeah.
There's gonna be drops for that game for tomorrow. Yeah.
Yo, Shadow Drop. It's just coming out tomorrow.
Imagine.
Okay. You know what? I'm in. And then Capcom, both of the, so Ubisoft got retroactively more exciting because of the Star Wars thing. Capcom might have done the same thing here too. That's coming at 3 p.m. and they just revealed that forgot it again. Phantom
Path of the Goddess.
Path of the Goddess. I knew it was P.
Phantom of the Goddess.
Path of the Goddess revealed a new game that had some really cool looking gameplay, and might show some of that. They'll definitely show their dinosaur game that I haven't seen it all. Haven't played. Like, I've seen it. I haven't played it at all. They've had a bunch of playtests. I haven't hopped into any of them, and I'm excited to see what it's like to shoot some dinos. And who knows? They genuinely could come out with a big surprise. Capcom's got a lot of interesting properties. Some people are letting themselves believe we might get a new Monster Hunter revealed tomorrow. So if it happens, that'll be cool. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to cry about it. But so we'll have that. And then finally, again, to end the day at 6 p.m., our entire wrap-up on the whole week. And then we can finally take a little rest before it's right back to the review grind. Right back to reaching out to all these developers that have announced games and making sure we got connections lined up. But, yeah. Once again, thank you for hanging out with VGG. It's been an exciting week. Oh, yeah. Another thing is, after this week, we will probably do a big demo showcase. Like, we've done it every year, I feel like. Where we play like a bunch of different demos from across the week, and there's gonna be some hype ones coming out. Beastie Ball, I found out last night, is having a demo tomorrow, so that's gonna be exciting. Wild. Yeah, and a bunch of other games are gonna have demos coming out still over the next like week and a half, because Steam Next Fest is coming up, and that's where some of them are holding back, waiting for Steam Next Fest. Some of them are just putting their demos out now, so we'll have time to check those out. But yeah, let's get some raid on. You guys can say your goodbyes and your outros.
Do you want to do Phil's treat time?
Oh yeah, Phil's treat time. You're right. Sorry. Go get that going.
This is for you, Glory.
Glory's yelling at me. You see that? Treat. I was promised
Nice
a treat.
to your throat. This one?
Yeah.
Now where is that girl? There she is. Hi. You look so beautiful today.
Do I? She's saying. Do I really? I sound like a proper
Glory cookie or
Victorian child.
Cookie or what?
I sent you a DM.
Oh.
Nat.
Not?
Nat.
Cannot? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. So, gamers, little teaser. We'll nail down the exact details here, because we don't actually have an exact day or anything for this. But maybe gonna start seeing a new face on the VGG stream. Probably more than once, I assume, for this one game at least, right? Because I think it's gonna take more than one session. Fishpaste has volunteered to bring spookies to the VGG audience with a playthrough of Amnesia, the newest Amnesia, The Bunker. It's gonna be, more details on this game.
HYYYYYYYYYYYY. Fourth installment of Amnesia. What?
I did not know that I did not know that I had.
Was that a sound effect? What happened?
We have TTS on the highlight messages, I guess. Because
hell yay.
Wait, what is it?
So when Julie said that,
pee pee poo poo.
When Julie said that, it went HYYYYYY.
Wahoo.
Oh my god. Oh, you're gossiping about me. Tell me more. Wow, okay, wow. Wacky type. Sorry. Yes, tell me about Ebeneezer the Bunker. It's different, right? From the usual kind of linear scary. Oh,
Come
no.
Yeah,
watch
so-
the VGG pee pee poo poo.
It's day 5, baby.
Day 5. Yeah, it takes place, I think, right after World War One or during World War One. And you are not only typical amnesia. I don't know how many people know amnesia. But you're usually someone who has amnesia, as the title suggests, trying to find out what's happening, usually being chased by some sort of demon or, you know, inner demons or monster or something of that nature. But the new thing about this is not only are you trying to survive and trying to get out of this this bunker, which is, as the name implies, amnesia the bunker, but you're also in war. So not only have to deal with the horrors inside the bunker, you're also dealing with the horrors of war outside. So it's a very kind of spooky game, but also deals with some, you know, some heavy topics and some heavy theming. But very much, as far as I've read, I've remained on media blackout for the game just because I do enjoy going in blind to horror games. Heard it's probably the best entry in the Amnesia series, right next to the first one, which kind of set it all off. And I've even heard it, Nate, you might even remember this, I've even heard it already compared to like Penumbra, which is before Amnesia, they were making the Penumbra games. So it's very much puzzle focused, very much survivability focused. It's not like I'm gonna shoot the demons dead. It's, you know, it's like I am going to die. So,
and it's like a dynamic monster, right? Like it's,
yeah. So it learns from you. So it will, like we were talking about earlier with Macabre, it does learn what you do and how to spook you the best. So I will be probably frequently pausing the game in shit pant, but I do enjoy that.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Fish will be bringing it over here. We'll figure out exactly when it'll happen. Because we'll also plan out our demo stream and all kinds of stuff, but we'll figure out when that happens. But yeah, Fish coming in here and potentially bringing some horror games over to the VGG squad, which will be super cool. And let's turn on the cam because it is time for.
Come watch me poo poo in my pants.
My God, I need to raise the price of highlight my message. I'll tell you what. New phase of VGG was just discovered on accident.
Phyl treat I am me.
My God. Okay, I'm turning the camera on, and so we can get out of here before people keep doing it. Oh, look how stunning.
I tell ya what.
Look at how stunning. She's so beautiful.
Phyllis is yassified.
Oh, no.
Oh my good.
Oh, it just said good.
Oh my good.
Phyllis. Okay, you ready? Oh my God.
Hello, Phil Bill. I love you.
When did I turn this on? When? She eat the tree. Oh, she's taking.
Phil, give me a S monk for da camera.
Monk.
PHYLLY, sweet baby princess. Oh my God.
She be eating. See if you can get her to kiss the camera. Like, put your finger, like, right next to it. Maybe she'll lick your finger, you know?
Champa champa.
Oh, no. Oh, there were two... Oh.
Kiss me through THS stream.
No, it came through. I was like, they were too close together. It didn't work, but no, it worked.
Nom nom nom.
Here we go. Still going. Good old times. Yeah. PTS is a new layer of... Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, it's good.
Crunchy crunch yummy treat
Oh, it
time.
skipped yours! It skipped yours! It probably hit a character limit and said no.
Is this VVG coming out as supporting the AI movement?
Oh no, oh no. Of course not. Good, Phyllis. Phyllis, I'm sorry your street sign was made super chaotic by an accidental discovery. Oh, no, it didn't work.
He doesn't like me anymore.
Fuck I.
Fuck I, says Glory. Goodbye for the... Oh, you're gonna give a kiss? No, she's too sleepy. Video Vame's good. Okay, I'll turn off Phil Cam. She's sleepy.
You know the famous site, Video Vame's good.
Video Vame's good.
Fuck AI.
What a time, what a life, what a weird revelation we've made here in the final hour. Yeah, what an end to the stream where suddenly I discovered you all can scream at me.
Yeah, sorry for
no, it's too long. It's too long.
You set a limit.
What a thrill.
A prison.
I knew you would come and try to bring something like that to my stream, and I had
love to be a menace.
It's kind of fun because it's like they can talk to us directly. You know what I mean? Like,
wake up in the morning feeling like P Diddy. Hey, what up, girl? Grab my glasses. I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so if we do
Day 5 vibe.
Keeping this.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P Diddy. Hey, what up, girl? Grab my glasses. I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city.
I can't even
Let's
stop
go.
it right now, like live in person. So I just have to try to talk over whatever else they try to force